So, it's kind of crazy how much conflict is out there, don't you think? You've researched examples of conflict and put them into the correct levels. International, national, local, and individual. Now, it's time to take a look at some of the ways conflicts can be resolved. Most conflicts throughout history have been resolved using one or more of these methods. Conflict resolution method number 1. Mediation. When two people or groups of people disagree, a third person attempts to help them settle the disagreement. This person is called the mediator. The mediator usually helps at the request of the other two people or groups and tries to persuade the people or groups to reach an agreement. The mediator does not solve the problem, but helps the group solve their own problems. Conflict is resolved through mediation if two or more people are engaged in conflict. An outside person called the mediator is invited in to help resolve the dispute, and the mediator helps the people or groups reach an agreement. Conflict resolution method number 2. Arbitration. When two people or groups disagree, a third person is asked to participate. This person is called the arbitrator. The arbitrator listens to the arguments on both sides and then determines an outcome. Unlike the mediator, who helps the two sides come to an agreement, the arbitrator, after listening to both sides, is the one who decides how the disagreement is resolved. Conflict is resolved through arbitration if two or more people are engaged in conflict. An arbitrator is invited in to help end the disagreement. The arbitrator decides the outcome of the disagreement. Conflict resolution method number 3. Negotiation. When two people or groups have a disagreement and sit down together in order to work out the problem, no third person is involved. Conflict is resolved through negotiation if two or more people are engaged in conflict. They talk over the disagreement together. There is a give and take of what each person wants. This is known as a compromise. Together, a solution is agreed upon. Conflict resolution method number 4. Litigation. When two people or groups have a disagreement they cannot work out on their own, they can go to court and have a trial. Sometimes people hire lawyers to argue for them. These lawyers are called litigators. In litigation, the winner of the conflict is determined by either a jury or a judge. Conflict is resolved through litigation if two or more people are engaged in conflict. They go to court and tell their sides to a judge or jury. And based on the evidence, the judge or jury makes a decision who wins the conflict. Conflict resolution method number 5. Communication. When two people or groups have a conflict that is based on a misunderstanding of facts, they can explain their sides to each other and fix the situation. Once the misunderstanding is cleared up, the conflict is resolved. Conflict is resolved through communication if two or more people are engaged in conflict. They realize they just didn't understand each other's point of view. The problem is resolved because the misunderstanding is cleared up. Conflict resolution method number 6. Legislation. When two people or groups have a conflict that has worked out, laws can be created to avoid a similar conflict like that from occurring again. The people who make these laws are called legislators, and the laws they create are legislation. Conflict is resolved through legislation if two people or groups have a disagreement about something that impacts a lot of people. They work out their disagreements. A law is then passed to keep the conflict from happening again.